Fiesta, 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 Fiesta. I've been on my 90s glizzy. All right, so greetings and salutations, Sagittarius. Welcome to Metavybez. I am Meta. What's good? So, Sagittario, I'm going to be doing a oracle reading for the year of 2021. I'm going to be pulling 3 additional angel tarot cards for January, February, March. I am still working on your general readings for January. I have not put them out yet. I'm still working on it. Hopefully by February I'll know how to edit better. But anyway, if you want to book a reading, go ahead. All the information will be in the description box below. But go ahead and send an email to Meta1Vibes, or you can check out my Etsy shop, Metavybez. All right, cool. Now it's originally called Metaphysical Vibrations, but people don't know how to spell metaphysical, so I had to take that website down and build a new one. Okay. All right. So Sagittario, let's see what your oracle messages for the year of 2021 are going to be. So I'm going to start first with the Elemental Oracle. I just got this deck. It's so pretty. All right, so we have, take out my, all right, we have Hearth. Look at this beautiful baby. Comfort. That's the name of the card. Well, it's called Hearth, but the description is comfort. Take some time out to rest and regenerate. Know what makes you comfortable. Keep the home fires burning. Create a peaceful and beautiful home life. Nourishing the mind, body, and spirit is important at this time. Focus on the inner life. So the word of power, anesi, which is ancient Greek for comfort and solace. For our ancestors, the hearth or home fire was the heart of the home. A fire always burned there, ready for warmth or cooking. The hearth fire was stoked carefully and rarely allowed to go out, as it was a source of comfort for all, often a place where family and friends would meet. The city temple of the goddess Vesta in Rome was considered the sacred heart of the city, and where the faculus or hearth was contained. This was a fire that burned as the sacred heart of the city and its territory. A second fire, one of protection, was also within the temple. Vesta's temple was one of the only places of worship to be circular in design and was completely covered to protect the holy flame from being snuffed out by the weather. So the saying, keep the home fires burning, was inspired by this practice. So the element is fire, which is Sagittarius. You are the element of fire. So that's your main focus. And the number is 11. You see that? So that's a master number. That's a manifestation number. So the home life is very important for you, Sagittarius, in the year of 2021. So I wanted to pull a Psalms for you guys. I typically just do a random pull. And this is something that you need to focus on. This is a prayer that you need to do daily, or, whatever, whenever it strikes your fancy. But the book of Psalms is actually a spell book. A lot of people don't know that. So let's see. Let's where do I stop? Oh, no. Where do I stop? That didn't feel right. Where do I stop? Okay. And I'm going to find a eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a tiger by its toe. If it hollers, let it go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. My mother said to pick the very best one, and you are not it for the rest of your life. Okay, so your psalm is 65, and it's protection from secret enemies. David prayed for this protection from the plots of secret enemies in confidence that through God he would triumph. So Psalm 65 is what you guys need to meditate on. Maybe get a white candle and pray about it. All right, so as you know, David was the father of King Solomon. King David and Goliath. David actually grew up poor. David was a musician and a farmer, and he was known for his bravery, and he was awarded a kingdom for his bravery for defeating the giant. And he in turn, what was it? I forget. But yeah, he was known for his bravery. But he wasn't like a good person either. He did a lot of shitty things. And the reason why he was blessed so much in life was because when he apologized, when he confessed to God, when he prayed, he was sincere. And that's when redemption kicks in. So maybe redemption is the theme for 2021 for you, Sagittarius. Okay? So let's look at the runes for modern life. And we have Ingwa. That's two girls getting it in. You might be a lesbian. All right, so meaning earth sacred. Ingwas is linked to sexuality and fertility. A sign of passion in a relationship or tremendous creativity in work or business. There is strong energy driving you forward, and if it's exciting and positive momentum continues, success is likely. This rune is also a symbol of green shoots and being free to move forward in a new way. The old is left behind, challenges are resolved, and a new dawn breaks. You're breaking through in a new way of thinking, of living, and there's no looking back. Now is the time for glorious new beginnings, and you are encouraged to seize the moment. Ingwa truly carries with it a sense of magical possibility and the promise of peace, relief, happiness, and inner growth, as long as you don't allow fear to hold you back. Sometimes it's not our limitations, but our ability to shine that we fear. This card is encouraging you to step forward and shine brightly. I mean, like, I gotta tell a Sag to do their own fucking thing, right? I don't. Sagittarius is known for being the fire starter, if you will. So, but this is more like living in your North Node. You should do your natal chart. You should learn your astrology, Sagittarius. It's very beneficial. Do you know the reason why Sagittarius in Jewish? By the way, I have a mezuzah here, and I'll get into what the mezuzah is. But this is to bless and protect this reading. Sim salabim. All right, boyakasha. But yes, in Jewish traditions, the children are considered adult by 12. And the reason is because they've lived long enough around their elders. They probably had grandparents, great-grandparents, uncles, aunts, their parents themselves, and a slew of relatives to rear them, to raise them. And they figured by the time they're 12, they're who they're going to be for the the archaic framework is who they're going to be for the rest of their life, right? And it kind of goes into like, it's funny because 12 is the magic number. So you have the 12 disciples. You have the 12 zodiac signs. So for example, the first sign is Aries. What is it? I am. The second sign is Taurus, which is I have. Third sign is Gemini, which is I think, I believe. And fourth sign is Cancer, which is I love or something like that. I'm not sure. I forget. But the reason I'm saying this is because when you have a child, you need to do their natal chart so you know their exact, like, it's kind of like a guidebook for your kids. Instead of rearing your kids to be like you, maybe you should rear your kids to, based on their chart so that they can be a fully evolved human and person and have their own characteristics and have their own traits and have their own, like, well-being already mapped out based on their chart, because the chart never lies. Neither does the tarot. But anyway, I don't know why I'm talking about kids, but what I'm saying is, like, there's when you're thinking about family and home and comfort and all these things, you basically have different people that happen to share the same bloodline, but they're totally opposite, totally different, or can be. Even if they share the same facial characteristics, they're just their own person. So a great way to kind of meld and create a peaceful home living space is to understand people's charts, so that way everybody can acclimate to each other for a peaceful existence. Because if someone is, let's say I'm a Cancer rising, right? I grew up in a house full of Sagittarians. Sagittarians are aggressive by nature. They're very, they don't like to be weighed down. They like freedom. They like to be out and about, and they do their thing. They're fire. But I am Taurus, so I'm earth. So I'm solid. I'm sturdy. I'm slow and steady. Sagittarius is the opposite of that, like literally. So to say that I was burned a couple of times is an understatement. But now that I know my astrology, I understand better why it was such a conflicting space, especially with a Cancer rising. So their rising sign, if you learn astrology, you'll notice that, for example, in Western astrology, when I was born, the sun was in Taurus, but at the very same time, in China, the sun was in Cancer. So I'm earth and water. My main attributes, earth and water. So not only am I slow and sturdy, but precise, I'm also emotional, intuitive, and very watery and ethereal, and I'm in my imagination and I read all day and all these things. So even though the Sagittarians are very, very insightful and wise and cunning, for the most part, if they're well read, intelligent, that could be a way to connect with, the water signs, because they tend to be intuitively intelligent, emotionally intelligent. And by combining the logical intelligence that Sagittarius has, there could be a coming together in the home based off that principle. Okay, cool. All right, so I'm going to jump into the Witch's Wisdom. It's another oracle for the year. These are just messages that I'm pulling to kind of give insight on the energies that you're dealing with and that the people are dealing with around you. All right, so I have Scrying Mirror, Shadow. Mirror, mirror, give me sight. Show me shadows through the light. Accept I shall the power in me of pure divine duality. The magic is worked with harm to none, so mote it be, there it is done. My intuitive hit with this is someone, I know this sounds wild, right? But I'm getting Snow White. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all? Now, the Wicked Witch, I forgot her name. The Evil Witch? The Evil Queen, there you go. The Evil Queen wanted to be the most beautiful, the most cunning, the prettiest, the most adored. And she would use a mirror to spy on Snow White. And when she was able to create a scheme for Snow White, after plotting and planning and watching her and stalking her like a sociopath, she created a poisonous apple. She dressed herself as an older woman, unassuming, loving, all these things, and she brought this apple to Snow White to poison her and steal her beauty, basically, and steal her life force, and put her in a coma for years and years to come. So that's what I think when I see this this card here. Anyway, so my thought is just this, if the Evil Queen actually applied that type of energy to benefiting herself, not in a negative fashion, she would probably have been able to invite Snow White into the home and created a real family with her, and shared in the blessings and guided her and have been a part of, that lineage type deal. That's what I'm saying is, you could lose opportunities by living in the shadow aspect of yourself, by not allowing yourself or the people around you to grow up naturally, like I was saying with the children in the beginning of the story here. Because I saw a baby here, and I started thinking of children and the home life and comfort. And I started thinking of my own upbringing, and I was like, this makes a lot of sense. So anyway, you are using only half of your true potential. Understand the importance of duality in all you do. Knowing yourself fully will enhance your magical work. Something is hidden from you. Open your eyes. The magic mirror is a powerful scrying tool used to act as a portal to other planes of existence, parallel lives, past lives, subconscious mind, and your shadow side. Made of obsidian, which is a natural volcanic glass, and placed in a mirror with a silver backing, its attributes are used for enhancing psychic vision, blocking negative energy, and protection. So this card is basically saying it's a double-edged sword. This mirror could be used to spy or to see the reality of a situation. And if used negatively, if you're using divination tools to spy on people, Sagittarius, it's going to backfire. Okay. Interestingly enough, in the energy oracle, you have carrying connections, which is another family card. In my personal opinion, it's not just about love. It's about connections with yourself, carrying connections with yourself, carrying connections with those around you, carrying connections with the people that you surround yourself with. Friendship, partnership, partnership of two, possible love. So this card shows a couple in a tender embrace with a woman holding a blossoms of new love. Like the community card reveals caring connections, but usually between two people only. This card upright signals the beginning or deepening of a kindred spirit, friendship, or even the appearance of new love. It can also signify a formal business partnership. So look out for new caring connections. Whether romantic or social or business, the present connection seems to be at or close to an end in the more negative aspect of this. In this case, consider what healthy actions need to be. Need to be taken to move on. As difficult as parting may be, it can often lead to bigger and better things. So the affirmation is, I open my heart and life to truly caring connections. The ideal friend and partner is coming to me now. So if you repeat that affirmation, it'll start to change the way you think about caring connections. I'm getting the sensation that Sagittarians have been, sorry, it's my pit stains. Sagittarians, though they're very friendly and social and out there, a lot of that is like frivolous, and they have a tight-knit group. But make sure that group is not on some like bullshit, and make sure that you keep your make sure you keep your space pure and clear, because I feel as though you might have like some toxicity around you that you need to cleanse, and you might want to just focus on bringing in prosperity into the home. So Enchanted Spell Oracle, I love this deck because it always shows a great way on how to bring love and life and luxury into the home. Opulence, grandeur, joy. When the luxury card is drawn, it would appear that your life needs more joy now. Parties, dancing, holidays, it's time to play. You might feel that life has been a bit joyless and full of responsibility as of late. Think of this card as a permission slip to say yes to more luxury. Those invitations or ideas you have had once seemed frivolous or expensive. Go ahead with them now and see what happens. The Princess of Luxury is positioned beneath the leaves of the grape of the vine. Beside her is a graceful white swan, the epitome of wealth and majesty in medieval times. So basically, they're saying you need to bring joy into the home. Bring joy into the home. Live a life full of light and joy. Do joyful things. Instead of plotting and planning and scamming and all these things, you don't want that energy around you. Same thing for the Gemini reading. You guys are trying to move into a new era. I feel as though the next decade of your life you need to focus on bringing purity into the home, bringing love and light into the home, and because that's going to be your solace. That's going to be the place where you spend the most time, especially in this economy and with everything going on. Everybody's going to be working from home. Not only that, everybody's going to not be able to touch each other, especially with everything that's been going on. So you want to really focus on making the home everything that you want. If I feel as though there's moving happening, I feel like there's going to be a move or multiple moves. Like, let's say you're moving bank accounts, you're moving homes, you're switching cars. I feel like things are being changed. And, you know, what you want to do is focus on things that are going to be easy and light and breezy. You know, if you have the opportunity and you do have to get a place, make sure that it's a place with a lot of windows so a lot of light can come in, you know. Make sure it has multiple rooms so you can have an office and a gym and, you know, make it so that you can, everything you want is in the home so that it feels comforting, feels comfortable. All right, so let's look at the Crystal Intention Oracle. Which crystal would you use to help brighten up your space? So I have tiger iron. Feel safe and protective. Improve self-esteem and confidence. Dissipate jealousy. Extend blessings and goodwill to others. Increase philanthropic actions. I am grateful for other people's good fortune. Bring me joy to see others experience happiness. You see, so that goes along with the scrying mirror. Maybe someone around you is using divination and spell work and tools and stuff like that to steal the joy of others. But at the end of the day, what happens is that joy is not only taken back, but every possibility of joy that you could have in your life is also like removed. And not just like at once, like or like for years at a time. It's a 10 time effect. Do you see what I'm saying? I feel as though you're having a situation with your home life, with your family life, Sagittarius. And I feel as though you're spying and stalking, or someone is spying and stalking on you. And they're jealous. They're jealous of your good fortune. They're jealous of your happiness. They're jealous of, you know, the things that are coming into your life. And what you need to do to avoid living in that devilish energy is to keep tiger iron around you. Now, I'm going to break down what crystals do for you, okay? The metaphysical properties of stones. Okay, so think of a woman when she gets pregnant and she has a pure source of energy in her sacral chakra, in her womb, in her root chakra. If the woman has had a shitty diet or there's just an energy that's attached to her that the baby doesn't agree with or cannot mesh with, the woman's going to have long bouts of morning sickness. To purge is going to require her to purge. It's the same thing with the crystal. The crystal is literally a piece of this. This is a rose quartz, by the way. Maybe you need to focus on the heart chakra as well. So the crystal is literally a piece of the earth that has been extracted. That's it. Just like diamonds. It's the same thing. Same idea, right? The metaphysical properties are, everything has a frequency. The earth has its own frequency. The sun has a frequency. The moon has a frequency. I'm sure you can all agree on this. This makes sense, doesn't it? Yes. So, because it's an element, it's in its purest form. So it's vibrating at its highest form. If you so happen to leave it on your person, your energetic field is going to have to level up, breaking emotional barriers, psychological barriers, you know, even financial barriers, spiritual barriers, to elevate to the frequency of the stone. The purest, because it's pure. There's nothing that has been added to it to create it. It's literally been cut out of a cave or the earth, period. So what I'm saying is, we all emit a frequency and we all receive frequency. And it's super important to keep the people around you who have really good energy, because you're just you're a fucking sponge. You're just absorbing everything around you subconsciously. You don't even know it. So you ever go chill with someone, like let's say you're having a good day, you ever go chill with someone and then they're in a negative fucking mood and they just bring you down. You're just like, fuck, I didn't want to hear that. I'm really not trying to deal with that right now, blah, blah, blah. Exchange of energy. Just like sex. You know, I did a podcast on the spiritual ramifications of having multiple partners. You can actually, and the mutation in the 3D world of really shitty, like sinister, spiritually transmitted diseases would be an STD, a sexually transmitted disease. That means the energy was so putrid that it had to manifest into a denser energy. It couldn't be light and airy and free like the typical Sagittarius energy is. It had to form in a solid as an energy in the body, and now you got to go heal it. But what I'm saying is, when you exchange energy with multiple partners, like let's say you have sex with multiple partners, you are exchanging their energy. So let's say you meet someone, random person, doesn't have to be online, any person, you hit it off, he's cute, she's cute, funny, you guys like each other, cool, and you guys have sex. It's great, whatever, blah blah blah. But then you start to notice that over time, you're losing opportunities, you're a little bit more depressed, your finances are starting to go to shit. That person that you're exchanging energies with might have like really shitty energy attached to them. Let's say that man that you had sex with a prostitute years ago, right? Oh, and let's say it was innocently done, like, oh, their boys bought them a prostitute for their birthday and they never done it before, and they were like, fuck, okay, I'll try it, and they did it. That woman had sex with multiple men, and not the nicest men either. Men who are women beaters, racists, cannibals, pedophiles, sex offenders, stuff like that. So she has that energy just chilling in her system. And I don't know about you, but I haven't met any prostitutes who are spiritually inclined. So they haven't done any cleansing work, any clearing work. So that energy just sits with them as a dense energy. So 9 times out of 10, if you meet a prostitute, they have a sexually transmitted disease. But 10 times out of 10, they have spiritually transmitted diseases attached to them, right? So that's why they are in constant lack, and they have to keep prostituting because of the energy that's chilling inside of them, that's weighing them down. I've never met a crystal toting prostitute. I can't think right now. I'm so sorry, Sagittarius. But that's what I'm saying. Keep it pure, keep it bright, keep it clean, keep it pure. Focus on cleansing, focus on healing. If I were you, I would get some sage and I would burn it every fucking day of my life. Keep that shit burning around you. Get some sage, get some bay leaves, and cleanse the house every day. Cleanse your aura every day. Cleanse your person. Cleanse your vehicle. Remove any attachments that might be residual there from the days that were bad, or when you had shitty people in your car or in your home or even in your body. I would take a rose quartz if you can, and I would keep it in your underwear. Or if you're a dude, I would get a black stone like jet. Or I would get, a garnet if I was a female, and I would keep it in my root chakra. I would try to, go have a session with a crystal healer, and find out how you can actually get your chakras up and running so you can actually manifest. Yeah. Instead of having to con and steal and take, you can actually manifest yourself. It's not hard. All you got to do is be a good person. All right, so Sagittarius, let's go ahead and pull a Angel Tarot. I'm going to pull a card for January, February, and March. And maybe get a mezuzah for the home. Yeah. So the story with the mezuzah is, I think it was like BC. The Jewish would actually, I think back in the day, their homes were made of like clay or some shit, so they could easily carve things in the wall. So in front of their door, because I'm pretty sure the door was like, it was more like tomb-like, the homes. So what they would do is they would carve a hole on the side of their door, before their door entrance, and they would hollow out like a tree branch or even a small tree trunk, and they would put a prayer of protection they would write it down on a scroll. They would have a rabbi bless it, and they would put that scroll in the trunk and put that trunk in the hole in the wall. So that's why when you go to Jewish homes, they usually have a mezuzah, and I think it's like slanted to the left, I think it's slanted to the right. And it's to protect their business, it's to bless their business, it's to protect the energy in the home coming in, and let, no negative energies pass. All right, so let's pick a crystal, an angel tarot for Sagittario. Let's see. You have the Knight of Cups. Nice. So for January, the revealing God. Perception and revelation. Discoveries, hidden treasures. Reveals secrets of nature. So maybe somebody was exposed in January for their actual true nature. Maybe you discovered that the person you thought was one way was really another. Maybe your perspectives have changed. Maybe your vision has changed. Maybe this watery energy, because the Knight of Cups represents a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio person. Maybe you learned the truth through a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio person about something or something that happened. Maybe something that happened in the past. Maybe something that, you know, you didn't realize you were doing, and somebody told you about yourself and you were like, wow, I really need to change. Or maybe you told somebody about themselves and they realized like, damn, I really need to change. You know, that type of energy. But there's going to be a lot of offers coming in. Maybe you're making offers to people, emotional offers, caring connections. Maybe you're really trying to focus on understanding how to be more on the emotional end of things, because Sagittarians are not so much emotional. They are passionate, but passion dwindles. All right, cool. Okay, so let's look at February. The Ten of Cups, again, another family card. God, Master of the Universe. Divine Warrior. I can't see because it's getting dark, and I've been here for like 6 hours. Confounds the wicked, brings victory and peace. Hayayal. God, Master of the Universe. So there's some conclusion here in the family setting, which was spoken on with the oracles here. There's some plots that have been unraveled. There's some endings to a family situation with the Ten of Cups. But that also leads to like the Ace of Cups, right? Because once you hit 10, you go back to 1. So you're able to start anew, start over, start fresh, be able to create a new foundation, a new source of a new offspring of emotion and love. All right, so let's see what's going on with March. What's going on? Fiesta, fiesta. But with that song playing in the beginning of this reading, it sounds like you're going to be having, even though there might be some separations, you're still going to be good. You're still going to be able to connect with people and heal. There's a lot of water around you, Sagittarius. So there's healing that needs to be had. All right. March. Queen of Pentacles. This is the Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn female, the eternal God. Let's see. I can't read this. It's just so dark already. Intellectual lucidity, provides consolation and compensation. So you might be dealing with a earth sign female, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn person that you're probably making an offer to or wanting to connect with, or they're reaching out to you, or you guys, need to talk. You might need to connect with this person to kind of solidify some things and get some stuff off, each other's, kind of like clear some stuff up. But this person is resourceful, especially if they're a Taurus person. Taurians are caring, emotional, and very resourceful people. Smarter than the average bear. But don't listen to me. What do I know? You might have Earth in your chart. You could be a Sagittarius, Capricorn cusp. You know what I'm saying? So you might be tapping into that more Capricorn energy and making shit happen, tapping into a way to get that bag, because that's what Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo females do. They get the bag. That's for fucking sure. All right. That's why you got to learn people's astrology, so you know who you're fucking with. So overall energy, you have the 8 of Wands, which is set. I think that's second deacon of Sagittarius in the astrology. This is the great and exalted God playing the violin. Oh, I played the violin. This is grandeur, makes one passionate towards God. Angel Vehuel. So maybe you need to talk to a earth sign female on how to protect yourself, on how to heal, on how to grow, because going back to the Psalms, you needed to protect yourself from hidden enemies and hidden secrets. Maybe there were some secrets about this fire, or about you, Sagittarius, in regards to this Capricorn, Taurus, or female person, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo person And maybe, you know, things are coming out, and, you know, now there's healing that needs to take place. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, people always are just like, oh, I don't want to, like, grow up and deal with it. All right, Sagittarius? It's been super real. May you always be divinely guided, Sag. Peace.